How's it going, everybody? Today's video, I'm going to be talking about my time I spent at Indian Bike Week. Indian Bike Week has been an event that's been going on for a few years now. I don't know exactly how many, but it's been going on for a few years. I've seen advertisements for it a couple of different times, but actually decided to try to go check it out this year. It's always the week after Sturgis, so if you want to go check it out, that's the time frame it goes on. When I was checking it out, it looked like, it was a cool event. I've seen some videos on YouTube about it, showing off some of the rides and some of the events that happened. They've done in previous years world record stuff. I know they have like the world record for the longest parade of females riding on Indians, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it seemed like a pretty cool event. Everybody who I've chatted with on online, like on Facebook, or mostly on Facebook, everybody seems to have nothing but great things to say about it. The guy who runs the event, Art, he's constantly posting updates for it throughout the year, trying to get people to go and talking about some of the stuff. It seemed like a really cool event, so I figured, my wife and I would go over there for a few days and check it out. We did. We didn't go for the full event. We got there Tuesday night and went into Wednesday. Well, the first ride and stuff we did with the group was on Wednesday. So we were there for a few days. But yeah, this is gonna be, my thoughts and some of the stuff that I've seen about it. I'm going to be talking about some of the things throughout the video, and then at the end I'll give you a quick recap of what I thought. So yeah, hope you like the video.
We stayed at the Best Western in New Richmond. It was really clean, nice hotel. Had continental breakfast in the morning. Had a hot tub and a pool, and a small gym if you wanted to do some working out. The rooms themselves were pretty nice. We had a king-size bed. The bathrooms were nice and bright. A little too bright in the morning, but they did well. The shower had okay water pressure at best, but it was roomy, and you just gotta watch out for the floor because it was a little slippery. It's typical stuff in the hotel rooms. No microwave, refrigerator, but it didn't have a freezer, so if you needed to freeze anything, you're out of luck. TV, standard stuff in a hotel room. It was very nice and comfortable. The bed was a little firm, but we slept really well in it.
Early morning on a Wednesday, the Veterans and First Responders Day. People starting to line up for the ride today.
This is the group of bikes, probably about 15-20 minutes before the ride started. More showed up when we were actually getting ready to take off. It was a pretty good sized group. The ride itself was actually pretty well organized. Art, the guy who runs the event, he set up the way he runs his road blockers is actually pretty nice. When you pull up, he'll point out where he wants the road blockers, and if you're next in line, you go block. So everything went really smooth. You don't have those bikes, the typical road blockers flying past you to get back to the front to block the next road. So the more you get close to the front, you end up jumping out and blocking for everybody else. And if you don't want to block, you just keep rolling and the next person behind you will block. So it's pretty nice. The roads that he picked were pretty nice. They had some good twisties, a lot of scenic roads, 2-lane roads going through small towns. It was a really nice ride. it was kind of cool looking in front, and all you see was bikes, and then you look behind you and all you see is bikes for as far as you can see. First stop on the ride was this place called the Outpost. It was a small bar that had some food there, which was pretty decent. It was a nice little chill spot, and yeah, definitely worth a stop. After a brief stop, we ended up hopping back on the bikes and heading off to Lake Pepin and South St. Paul. This is another really nice ride going through some small towns, but you know, lots of really nice views of the lakes and the hills and stuff. I realized how nice of an area it is in northern Wisconsin. After about another hour of riding, we ended up at our final destination of the day, which was St. Paul Antique Airport Hangar for a late lunch and some photography. This place is pretty cool. They had doing some restoration on some older airplanes. They had, I believe it was a World War II bomber out there, which was an awesome backdrop for the photography that they were doing. They had a couple of pinup models and another model there to take pictures with. And some food. If you were a veteran or a first responder, you got free lunch, so that was pretty awesome. All right, quick tip. Well, once you get to the destination, it's up to you to get yourself back to the campground. They don't do a group ride back. We kind of found that out the hard way. We were just kind of sitting around and realized after a while, after talking with some people, that everybody had already left. But we eventually made our way back to the campground, which is kind of like a meet and greet and kind of hang out. Everybody was kind of just like mingling and chit-chatting and stuff. All the vendors were open. This time they had people who did all kinds of stuff. They had a lady who did like all the jewelry on the t-shirts, which was actually she had a lot of really nice stuff. There was a family over there doing some pinstriping. There was a table set up with all the Indian Bike Week merchandise. So, and they had food trucks there. So, you had a lot to look at. Thursday was a do your own ride day. That day, my wife and I decided to hop on the bike and head up to St. Paul. That will be in an upcoming weekend getaway video. So like and subscribe, so that way when that video comes out, you can check it out. Dinner, we ended up going to Mallory's. That was a place that was recommended to us by some other riders. It was a really nice place. It was about 20 minutes away from the campground. They had slot machines, really good food. Apparently they're known for their rotisserie chicken. Unfortunately, they were sold out by the time we got there. But it was really nice. They got a nice little speakeasy that you could rent out down in the basement of the place. We chose to eat up on the outside upper deck, which had really beautiful views. They had a really good menu. My wife ended up having the ribeye, and I had the tomahawk pork chop, which I must say was phenomenal. Sorry for the bad lighting, but this pork chop tomahawk is amazing. It's like super juicy. The char on the outside is just... My wife's enjoying her steak too. That's really good too. Super tender, really good flavor. This is the spot. Friday was the Lakota Chapel ride for the kids in children's school and celebrity ride. I honestly don't remember or notice any of the celebrities riding with us, so I can't say if they were there or not. This ride was put together so they can get some backpacks and school supplies for Lakota Chapel that helps like 600 kids in a very poor reservation in South Dakota. My wife and I got a couple of backpacks and donated it to the cause. And from there we went on the ride. It was cloudy that day. We got a few sprinkles here and there, but for the most part it was dry. Sun peaked out a few times. This was another nice ride. A couple of areas, we got some pretty good twisties, and we had a ride like the roads became like single lane, so it was kind of cool. It was a nice ride, and we did some stuff for the kiddos. Arrived at St. Croix Casino at Turtle Lake, which was pretty nice. We parked and I walked on. I didn't realize how many bikes were actually on this ride. It was quite a few. We go through here, and then some of the bikes were actually around the corner by the sign, so there was a lot. Once inside, it was your typical small casino. Like mostly all slot machines. I think I noticed a couple of table games, and I think upstairs they had a poker room, but it wasn't open. Mickey Knock was a little hidden gem in the back of the casino, right next to the sport book. The food was really good. They had lobster bisque soup with massive chunks of lobster, and the sandwiches were outstanding. Look at them chunks of steak. Made perfect.
Thank you.
For the burger. Back at the campground, a wedding was going on, so it was kind of fun to be a part of that. After the wedding, it was just more mingling, eating at the food trucks, and they had a live band there that night.
Alright, that was my time at Indian Bike Week. We were there for basically 3 days out of, I think it was like 10. I think it started on Friday and it went through that first weekend, the entire week, and the second weekend. So yeah, like 10 days. The last night we were there, they had like celebrities. They had somebody from the Mayans. Why am I forgetting his name? Lorenzo Lamas. And a model. Can't remember her name either. But you know, they were all there and they were just mingling with everybody and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it was a good event. We met a lot of people. Everybody was like super friendly and inviting. So, you know, kind of like how they say, if you're watching the videos or anything about it, they keep saying that it's a family, it's family. You know, you kind of feel, you know, very welcomed in. There was like groups of people who, you know, just kind of like hung out with themselves. And that's fine. Not everybody's going to get along with everybody, but everybody we met was like really friendly. I had some people who had bourbon there and they were offering it up, you know, walk by, hey, would you like some bourbon? I'm not one to say no to bourbon. So that was cool. The vendors there were all like nice. They had some pretty nice stuff there. We bought a few things. But yeah, it's a cool event. Art, I really didn't get a chance to talk to him. You know, just in brief conversations here and there. You know, we spoke briefly. But I was hoping to, you know, get a few minutes just to talk about the event, you know, maybe post it on this video. But every time I seen the guy, he was running around, you know, because, you know, you're putting on an event like this, you know, you're getting pulled in a bunch of different directions, and sure enough, he was. He even walked the bride down the aisle during the wedding. So yeah, the man was busy, so, you know, maybe another time. I know some people have talked about it. I didn't mention it before, but when I was doing my research about the event, you know, there was like in some of the comments you've seen, there was like some controversial stuff. I really didn't look into it too much because whatever. I went there with the open mind to see what the event was about, and I liked it. I thought it was a good time. In my opinion, it could be shorter. If you look at the itineraries for like each day, there was quite a few days where it's like, hey, go off and do your own thing, which is kind of cool, because, you know, not everybody wants to do group rides and stuff like that. But I think if you really wanted to, you guys could shorten the event down to maybe half of what it is. You know, still get all the rides in, maybe leave a day for people to go off and do whatever, but not my event, just my thoughts. Next year, they're already putting stuff out for next year, what they're going to be doing. They're going to try to do another record-breaking attempt, you know, the longest parade of Indian motorcycle riders. I think right now they're shooting for 600 bikes. So yeah, if you want to, you know, get a certificate and, you know, be a world record holder, why not check it out? I'm pretty sure my wife and I will be there for that. That sounds pretty cool. I mean, why not? I don't know if I'll go for the whole thing, but yeah, the world record event thing sounds pretty cool. The first responders event, that was cool. The riding for that was pretty awesome, and then, you know, ending at the hangar was pretty awesome with the, you know, the airplane in the background and, you know, the pinup models. That was cool. Got some cool pictures from that. Yeah, it's a good event though. I mean, if you're interested in, you know, meeting a bunch of other Indian riders, this is probably one of the better events that I've seen. I haven't been to any other ones. I'm probably gonna check out some of the other ones. I know there's like the Durango Rendezvous, and I've seen like 2 or 3 other ones. If you could think of anything or recommend them, please leave them in the comments. I'd like to check them out, just to, you know, for my knowledge, and then hopefully, put some of the information out in some of these videos for you guys to see, so you guys could see what other Indian events are out there. This wasn't just for Indian motorcycles. There was a few Harleys. I think there was Gullwing. I seen a Can-Am, if I'm not mistaken. So ride what you ride, and it's not like most of the other rallies that I've been to. I've been to like Daytona, a couple other ones. Those get pretty rowdy and stuff like that. This is really laid back and chill. You're not going to see people doing burnouts and all that other stuff. Like people just eating the hot dogs off the string and stuff like that. Not going to see that here. Like I said, just really laid back, chill. New Richmond, where they have it every year, is a pretty nice little area. There's some restaurants that I showed in the video that are pretty nice, kind of upscale area around there. Tons of lakes. It's just, there's a lot of nice riding up there. So yeah, if you're interested, I'll put a link to the website in the description of the video. And yeah, Indian Bike Week, it was pretty cool. Next year, like I said, they're gonna attempt to do the Guinness Book of World Records longest Indian ride. So if that's something that interests you, you want to be a world record holder, by all means join. I'm not paid by anybody from Indian Bike Week. It's just, like I said, my thoughts and my experiences over at Indian Bike Week. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you found this helpful, or you have any questions, comments, concerns, please like, subscribe, and leave the comments in the comment section for me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So remember, you only live once. Live life to the fullest. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.